Hello, this is Mike, and this beautiful Mamiya M645 was produced in 1976. Mamiya is a Japanese company which started producing cameras in 1940 all the way to 2009. The back is opened by pressing in the middle and sliding the latch to access the 120 film housing. As is usual with the medium format camera, the empty spool from the last time it was used needs to be moved to the other side and a new fresh cartridge inserted in its place. I have this 120 spool which doesn't have any film, just a backing paper, but I like to use that for testing. And here I put it backward, and now is the right way to do it, so that the film goes around the back and attaches to the empty spool. We need to wind the film by hand until we see the arrow here, and now it's ready to be put back in the camera. The 6x45 format is a rectangular format using the 120 film and allows to take 15 pictures per roll. At this time the frame counter is going to show an S, and we need to wind the film until the frame counter shows the first picture, so number 1. On the top right is the speed selector, which is attached to the light measuring prism viewfinder. So we need to wind and take the picture. Here we have the lens aperture ring, so the range is from 2.8 to 22. The two letters S and M on the logo, by the way, are the initial of the names of the two founders, Sugawara and Mamiya. So there is a second shutter release button right there. This switch here is for multiple exposures. When set, when winding the camera, it will not move the film, it will just cock the shutter. And as you can see, the frame number is not going to change. There are two speed selectors, one on the top right and one on the bottom left. This one needs to be used when measuring light through the prism. In that case, the other selector needs to be set to the red dot. The other selector takes precedence and is used when we have a different type of viewfinder. This red button here is a battery tester, and the light will be green if the battery is good to go. The white button is to enable the readout of the light meter inside the prism. Here we have the film speed selector. It's kind of awkward to use. You need to pull and twist, but it's not at all easy. So I'm setting the speed to 400. In the viewfinder, after setting the aperture we want and pressing the white button, we turn the speed selector until the light is green. This camera is easy to take apart, so the viewfinder is interchangeable The focusing screen can also be removed and swapped with different type. Of course, the lens can be detached. And now we're left with the body. And I wanted to show you this other switch here for the mirror lockup. So in case of long exposure, we want the mirror to be always up so that there's no vibration when taking the picture. So we would focus, put the camera on the tripod, focus, and then flip the mirror up and take the picture or several pictures. When putting the viewfinder back, there's this little metallic pin which needs to go inside the groove. That's how the prism is aware of which aperture is being selected, as the pin will move as the aperture ring is turned. As I wear glasses, focusing with the viewfinder is not easy, so I got the habit of actually selecting the focusing range using the aperture ring and the scale. So I select my aperture, for example 11 here, set the infinity to 11, and then it tells me on the other side that I have focus from just above 1.2 meter or 4 feet all the way to infinity. And then I use the viewfinder only to compose my picture. The focusing is already done. I trust the scale. The lens is a Mamiya M645 f2.8, which is equivalent to a wide-angle 28mm on regular cameras. When the 15th frame is reached, we have to turn the film advance knob all the way until it feels like it's turning freely. And then we can take the film out. It is now protected against the light by the backing paper. The Mamiya M645 is a robust, easy to use medium format, good to get started in medium format world. These sample images were taken with Kodak Hector 100, which I overexposed on purpose by one stop, and then in post I adjusted the highlights and shadows a little bit. Thanks for watching. Click like if you enjoyed it. Click subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Thank you. And until next time, this is Mike signing off.